Brilliance Audio.
The Shaanxi Opera by Jia Pingwa, translated by Nikki Harmon and Dylan Levi King, performed by James C. Translators Forward by Dylan Levi King. It seems that there will never be a shortage of thick rural novels coming from Chinese writers. But the Shaanxi Opera is so much more than simply another dusty countryside story or hinterland family epic. The Shaanxi Opera reminds me of Zhang Zedon's famous painting along the river during the Qingming festival. Look at the painting from a distance, and it's a busy scene of a festival day in Bianjing with more than 800 human figures, dozens of buildings, livestock, stray dogs, and Song Dynasty urban miscellany. But take a step forward, and it reveals carefully sketched scenes of daily life. Those delicate, quotidian moments are realized with such subtlety in the Shaanxi Opera because many are drawn from Jia's own life. This was a deeply personal book for the author and the first novel he set in his hometown. The Shaanxi Opera's village of Freshwind is a stand-in for Jia's own Dihua, a village in Shaanxi recently transformed into a tourist attraction, and he peopled it with characters drawn from his family and neighbors. The book you are about to read is one of the great epics of modern Chinese literature, written by a man widely considered to be the country's greatest living author. Yet it is very likely that you have never heard of the Shaanxi Opera, and even more likely that you are not familiar with the name Jia Pingwa. Despite Jia's stature in the world of Chinese literature, challenged only by Nobel laureate Mo Yan, Jia's works, apart from a single, relatively minor novel translated into English almost 3 decades ago, were mostly unavailable in English until the 2010s. Many other Chinese writers have written about rural life, but Jia Pingwa has it in his blood. He was born in 1952 in one of those picturesque, grindingly poor villages that dot the arid landscape of southern Shaanxi. Jia was the eldest of 4 children. His mother was an uneducated woman with bound feet, and his father was a schoolteacher. With the arrival of the Cultural Revolution in the 1960s, Jia and his mother supported the household, with Jia's father branded a capitalist roader and sent for reform through labor. Jia discontinued his formal studies to support the family and went to work on a production brigade building a dam. He was lucky enough to catch the eye of party officials working on the production team. These cadres soon noticed his skill at turning out banners and newsletters. He was selected for a spot at Northwest University in Xi'an, capital of Shaanxi province, and left the village for the first time. Jia made a name for himself as a writer after leaving college, publishing short stories in the right places and taking advantage of the cultural fever and new openness of the 1980s. After a series of minor novels, he unleashed a thermonuclear device on the world of Chinese letters. Ruined City, published in 1993, was something nobody had seen before. It drew from Ming Dynasty novels, as well as a type of realism considered fashionable at the time, but it went in a completely different direction, abandoning the countryside for literary salons and hotel suites, telling the story of a horny anti-hero, Zhuangzi Dia, and his innumerable lovers and rivals. Ruined City fortified Jia Pingwa's reputation as one of the most important writers of the past 100 years. But it is also the reason that most readers of this book will not have heard of him. Ruined City was banned. Jia was censured, and it became impossible for foreign publishers and translators to cut a deal with the author for international rights to publish his work. After a decade in the wilderness, Jia finally returned to center stage with the publication of The Shaanxi Opera in 2005. The novel, like Ruined City, was monumental. It was a unique
Sample complete. Ready to continue?